citizen advocate. So Dan, you're going to be talking about AR here, because you did say that I had to ask you to give us your definition of what augmented reality is, because you said you had a better definition than they have up on Wikipedia, which I'm keen to hear.
Yeah, it's my definition, not better. So, before, you have some problem here to connect my MacBook Air. It's so slim, it's so slim. So guys, how it was today? My first question, how it was today? You enjoyed today the summit? Yes. Really? Yes, I want to hear you. Yes, guy, yes. How many of you will go today evening at home and try, for example, layer? You kid. Or you got to drink a beer. Today was so funny. So, okay. I prepared my presentation last night, so maybe it will be with some sexy quotes, but I hope you'll enjoy it. So I want to inspire you for a little for the future. Yeah? Wonderful. So I want to talk about digital information, shadows, and avatars, and how will be our browser, for example, layer in 10 years, and how we will build our multiversum with augmented reality. So I must move because I have infrared. Okay. Oh, too much. Audio?
Likely non-catastrophic event for the near future. So that doesn't mean that it's certain. It doesn't mean that terrible things might happen instead. But I think any time you're contemplating something that can replace the most competitively effective feature that humans have, it's intelligence, that it's entirely natural that there would be some real uneasiness about this. The nearest analogy in the history of the Earth is the rise of humans within the animal kingdom. It is very unsettling to realize that we may be entering an era where questions like, what is the meaning of life, are practical engineering questions. And there's no doubt that that should be very unsettling. On the other hand, I think it might be kind of healthy if we sit down and look at the things we really want and look at what they would mean if we could get them. Humans are better characterized not as the tool-creating animal, but as maybe the only animal that has figured out how to outsource its cognition, how to spread its cognitive abilities into the outside world. We've only been doing that for a little while, like 10,000 years. Reading and writing is outsourcing of memory. substitution of fragments of human cognition into the outside world. If the human responsibility, occupational responsibility, becomes more and more focused on areas of judgment that haven't yet been automated, then what you're seeing is rather like a rising tide of this cognitive outsourcing.
So, do you know who was this guy?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Werner Winch?
Werner Winch, he read the book Rainbow's End.
Yeah.
The founder of the
Yeah.
his book really gave us a little step, okay, you need to have a platform where you have all these different views.
Yeah. It's The Rainbow's End. So I like this book. I like Werner. So it's inspiring to hear such a people that think about what will be in the future. But my question is, what is augmented reality? We have so much definition. And in the last 4 years, I was thinking for my definition. So bringing down all the resources of the internet out of a cyberspace and into ubiquitous reality. So everything what we have at this moment in internet, information, text, pictures, videos, to bring in our reality. So what inspired me, for example, is, you know what is CRISPR? CRISPR? Nobody? Yeah. It's in Berlin. And I like this. For me, this is augmented reality. This is real. This is a real bicycle. So I have this film. I think many of you have seen it.
Our senses, like our eyes, and phones with cameras. The internet is awesome too, but the internet and reality have a hard time working together. Thankfully, this is changing quickly. New tools mean that the world around you can now be seen with a layer of new information from the internet. This is augmented reality, explained by Compaq. If you've ever seen a movie with a fighter pilot, you've seen the pilot's view from the cockpit, but something's missing. The pilot needs a layer of information that adds useful items to his view of reality. Recently, this kind of layer started working on your smartphone, but instead of flight data, you have data about the world around you. It's augmented reality. Let's say you're hungry and at a busy intersection. There are multiple restaurants around you, but you don't have a good way to make the decision. Now, thanks to new software on mobile phones, you can simply point your phone's camera at buildings around you, and voila! Restaurants are magically recognized, and a layer of information about the restaurant appears on the screen. Another example is shopping. You can point your camera at a product and see a layer of information about it, like prices of the same product at other stores in the area or on the internet. And this functionality only requires a few things. First, a smartphone with a camera to capture reality. Second, a connection to the internet for receiving a layer of information. Third, software on your phone to bring it all together. It also helps to have a phone with GPS and a compass to help establish your location. Augmented reality can also work with a camera attached to your computer. You can hold products in front of the camera and see a layer of information on your screen that makes reality more interesting and even fun. These examples are just the beginning. In the future, you may wear glasses that have a tiny display that you can see while walking. As you walk by stores, buildings, people, and products, this screen displays information from sites like Wikipedia or Google. Suddenly, your reality is richer and more interesting. It's coming, but augmented reality has a long way to go. Keep your eye out for ways that augmented reality adds layers of new information to your reality. I'm Lee Lefevre, and this has been Augmented Reality, explained by Compaq.
So this is the past. This is the past. What is coming now? So mobile phones are like the billion roofing nails that tie the cloud down to earth. So I like this, I love this. And this inspired me. So you have the cloud and you have so many phones. And on every phone you have an experience. An experience that you live every day. So do you know how many cells are at this moment in the world?
4 billion?
How many billions?
4?
Maybe. 3.5, something like this. So we have more phones, cell phones, like toothbrushes. You can imagine this? So I want to start from the history. So I have some points in the history that I consider that revolutionize our culture. And one of these is Gutenberg. So before we have books, we had scribers. People that use their calligraphy to have beautiful, elegant books. Gutenberg said, okay, wonderful, but I need something that I can spread, I can disseminate. It must be very quick. So, he invented, what invented he? Yeah. Then the second step, so books for dissemination, for mass. And the second is in the time of King Edward III. We had the first item level identification. So in these 5 hallmarks, we have the time when it was made, we have where, who made this, and we had how much silver, how much quality of silver is in this product. So was the first item level identification. This is what we need for augmented reality, and Raimo told about, he has an ID. My question is, your ID is unique or is not unique, is proprietary for your company, the ID, or is it URI, or what is your ID that you use for the picture? The ID.
The ID, we work with Telefónica. With Telefónica, we answer speed lines.
Okay.
The ID last week. They provide image recognition software. Work with the server side.
Okay. So, I come from this position of item identification and mass distribution to the information shadow. Do you know Amazon? Of course. Do you read books? How much of you have read this book? It's Augmented Reality Browser for Smartphones, Professional, from Lester. So we have the book and we have the identification, the ISDN. And with ISDN we can identify this book, and we have a lot of information. When you take a look, it's Amazon information and user-generated information. And every day his book has a new life. Why? Because we have today review, tomorrow review, we have other reviews. And this changed the experience, this changed our experience. Because when you, for example, when you read today a good review and tomorrow is a bad review, and it's coming someone else and read the bad review, he has another experience like you. So a differentiation in the experience. And that's information shadow. So I think you know what it is, or? You know? Come on, guys, it's the last. After this, you can go and drink a beer and you'll be happy. You know what is this? The SIM card. And every SIM card has item level identification. So I go now to the spine. You know who put the spine, who coined the spine? Bruce Sterling. Really? You are an augmented reality guy. So this is an experience. And what is a spine? It's a merger between space and time. Is not interesting? The merger of the space of time. So every time we can navigate in space and time. Very interesting. For example, ASIN is the Amazon Standard Identification Number. Are more like 300 companies that use ASIN in their application. So I find, for example, 7 mashups, and for me it's very interesting because Amazon, for example, is building digital information shadow. It's managed digital information shadow. But for every digital information shadow, we need an avatar. And then we are at the point to say we are at the Internet of Things. So, do you know what is this? Bottle of wines. The project is called WineMe. And it's an old project from Kuniavsky. And you can go with your device, and every bottle has a RFID, and you can identify the bottle, and you can have information about the bottle. But this is the combination of very fine and very exclusive design and technology. So I talk about digital image shadow and the needs to have for digital image shadow avatars. But I come back. For me, every object is an avatar. And every object can generate digital image shadow. At this time, what we want to do, we want to match the digital information shadow to avatars. But in the future, every object will generate digital information shadow. So I think you know Guava, and I don't want to insist because I see that now Lyre has in their portfolio. So it's a short film.
Interactive print makes magazines and newspapers interactive through image recognition, which means that each page gets connected to digital extras through our free smartphone app, Guava Paperboy. You receive a personal account where you can manage your entire interactive print title. The PDF files of your print title issues are automatically uploaded via FTP server and imported to Guava's database. Your print title issue is now visible in your account. It is instantly interactive. Every page of your print title is automatically connected to a mobile optimized result page with options to share and remember the digital version of the printed page, as well as all the URLs which were detected on the text of the PDF. Add more links to videos, pictures, and background information by simply placing the URLs to your desired content in your account. Special icons are created automatically for phone numbers, email addresses, YouTube video, or Facebook pages. Drag and drop the links in order to place the most important ones at the top. Your print title is now enhanced with additional content without adding codes or tags to your print pages. Interactive print also increases the value of print advertising space. That's why Guava offers a unique service called Smart Ads. ads enhanced through image recognition. Communicate interactive service with your print title by using tutorial images, sample text, and logos provided by Huawei. For each page of each print title issue, you receive anonymous usage data. You gain key insights into user engagement, and you learn when and where and how often which article is read in your print title. You, as a qualified content partner, are contacted by our team and guided through the simple process of making your print title interactive. Contact us for more info about interactive print today.
So, one of the, I can say, the beginning application that inspired me, and I cannot say that it's really something that is very, very viral. It's iButterfly. How many people know about iButterfly? How many people? How many collection you have, Johannes? You didn't play with?
Yeah, but only with someone else's device.
Ah, okay, okay.
I can't remember how many people I know.
Okay. Because in Japan, this is #1 in advertising, and I can show you what is iButterfly. Because these don't change our behavior. We are hunter, we are looking hunter, and collectioners. They build everything on these two types of behavior and use augmented reality. It's not cool? Come on, a little. The last 5 slides, come on guys. Okay, so Amazon. We talk about Amazon, we talk about ISDN, ASDN. And what's about when Amazon will have such an application and then go everywhere, you take a look and okay, how much costs this? Oh, Amazon it's cheaper. I buy from Amazon. But Amazon can, how can I say, can manipulate this because he can see the price, he can analyze in his backend. It's good for me to make this transaction. I have some money on this transaction and they made this. As I can sell cheaper. So I like, it's not about mobile, but I like this. It's a Kinect. And he commands the avatar over the Kinect. Hello? 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 He has much sensor on his back, the guy. Dance, 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 wake up, wake up. Bye-bye. So, This is me when I was small, so in 60s. 61 or something like this, I think. It's not me, I'm kidding. But I had glasses, I had a helmet. It looks great, or? And this is today. So Vuzix glasses. I talked to the guys from Vuzix at the IFA, and they had the last version of their glasses on Windows, and they will port it now on Android. And they have a very cool HDMI interface that they made really small, and you can port with you. And it's great. But the only problem at this moment, such a glasses cost something like $999. So it's very hard for some developer from Eastern Europe to buy and build content. And that's why it will take some more years to see something like this on the market. Or something like this, a helmet. But we can have a smartphone brain scanner. So inputs are coming from the smartphone, and the brain can analyze this, and this is cool. So next time when I'll go in a meeting with such a stuff, nobody can cheat me, because I can analyze his reaction. So this is augmented reality, but the next step of augmented reality. So the vision is, at this moment we have interactive interfaces. And we use the command-answer paradigms, but we try to make intelligent cognitive interfaces for ambient and context user adaptive. And this will be a direct conversation with the machine. It's not just messages, send messages, receive messages, send messages, receive messages. It's really a conversation with the machine. Do you think it's possible, something like this? Come on, you're engineers. It's possible or not? Will it be possible? Be optimist. Come on, be optimist.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. So, I like this guy. I work with him at MIT. And we made a small project. The idea was to transfer information from one device to the other. And then the idea was to put your finger. And when you put your finger, you have a footprint on your, every people has a footprint on your finger. But in the area, you cannot find two people that have the same footprint on the pressure. So you put on your device, put your imprenta on the device. Imprenta is going in the cloud, and when you go on the other device, you put your finger, and you can move documents, you can move everything. It's not magic. And what means this? What will be the future? The future will be the creative culture. For 13 years ago, it was a paper about creative culture. And now we enter in the creative culture. And that's my opinion. We have everything on technology. We can build everything. We can be creative. Because we have everything from technology side. And for example, you take layer. I saw so many good layers with your layer. Yeah. I say, but it's all the time in my mind. I must have changed my memes about this. Yes, thank you. You'll help me. And I saw, for example, in Berlin. It was the Berlin Wall. It was one of the first implementation of your platform. And I was in Berlin. I was living in Berlin at the time, and I put this. because I haven't seen the wall before. I was living in Romania, we have another wall, and another wall in Hungary, and another wall, and I haven't seen this wall. And I put this, and then I imagine me how it was to be with one side, and how it was if I was in the other side. On one side, I lived, and I know how it was, but of the other side, I want to have a question for you. How many people are born after 82? After 82. Okay. I can tell you something about me. On 82, I received a ZX Sinclair, Spectrum Sinclair. You know what this is? You know what is this? ZX Spectrum Sinclair? So, in my house, every day there were kids and friends, and we played. And one day I said, damn, they are good, they are so good that I cannot beat them. And what I make my first step? I hack the Spectrum, and every time when I play, I was on the first step, on the first place. And the guy said, you train every night. Yeah, I train every night to hack the system. Okay, thank you very much. Think about creativity, think about to be you, and you have all the tools. You had so much technology, you receive so much technology in these 3 days, that next day we'll have advertising, where is money. We will have very interesting stuff about Android on the 3rd day. So please come the next days, tomorrow and on Wednesday. And tomorrow will be a workshop from BlackBerry. And they will present you from scratch. And you can program, you can interact with the system. And I think they have some presents for the best developers. Every time the best have presents. So, be you, have a nice evening, and thank you very much that you are here.